This is a 1v1 production. Art first, life second. This is a 1v1 company production. Art first, life second.
All right, let's go.
All right, we on, John?
Yeah,
we on?
Good,
All right.
Play
Hold on. Let me.
Play
What's one?
Woman by Doja Cat.
Oh shit. Okay, we got requests.
We got a whole.
Let me see. Baltimore, we here. 1v1 is back. we got Vicky in the building.
Let's go.
ALIM.
Hey.
LILJOHN, how you feel?
I'm straight.
We going now.
I can be your woman,
Ladies.
let me be your woman, I can be your woman. She gives them for
Well, why you wanna play this song? What you like about this song?
Let it fade out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? All right. Okay, Vicky,
Nah,
hey,
that's
go
on Big
ahead, Vicky.
Purr. That's on Big Purr, though, because, as a woman, a song that's about women, it's going to resonate. So that's all real nigga coming from. That's all
All
right.
right, all right. Hey, yo, let me introduce this in.
Thank you for having me.
1v1. You already know John 01. We got our boy Wisdom.
You know.
And then we got a beautiful, humbling, extravagant, very outlandish friend of ours here.
Regular girl. Just a regular
Vicky.
girl.
We giving a shout out to Vicky right
Shout out
now.
to Vicky.
Shout out to Vicky, man.
Just
Vicky,
a regular girl.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick backstory. Vicky, I met Vicky years ago.
Long time.
You know what I'm saying? And she's always kept the same energy. Always kept the same
She
energy.
turned up. So she came in. She
Then
turned
she
up.
came in, turned up. You know what I'm
turning me
saying?
up. I'm like,
And then hey, Andre did not know Vicky at
I
all.
never met-
and
I
I
never
told
met her
him,
before.
I was like, yo, Vicky gonna come through this jump doing her thing.
Nah, she cool as shit. She cool as shit.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we here to do an episode with Vicky, and we here
Happy
to
to be
see.
here.
We're here to see, like what journey she's willing to take us on.
It's a lot of
on this
avenues we can go
episode.
down. Let's see how we can get through
Yeah,
it.
she came in this jump turned up, y'all.
Just had crabs and beer, you know what I'm saying? Just a real Maryland girl things, you know what I'm saying? So it's it's blessed to be here.
Yeah.
So boys, what you want to start on?
All right, so how we normally do it, we be starting with the book of questions. So I'm going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 300. No, 1 and 250. And we going to
Okay,
open the book questions.
108.
That was quick.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's ready.
Yeah.
Let's
that's
go. I
that's
like
what-
this.
Normally people be like, oh.
Yeah, nah, let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, Vic, hey, let's go, man.
Have you ever borrowed money or anything else from family or friends and not returned it? If so, why? Who has done this to you? And what were the consequences?
Okay, that's a real easy answer. My whole thing is like when it comes to giving money, you can't expect it back. Like ever. Even if it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you this money back. If you value that relationship, you can't expect it back. Like that's just a given. If you get it back, then that's nice. But my mom always taught me, even at a young age, a lot of friendships get ruined by money. A lot of relationships get ruined by money. So if I give anything, and I don't really owe anything, really, even my student loans are just like $1,000. Like I could pay that tonight, but I'm not gonna. But like I don't really ask for money.
Flex,
Nah, that's real shit.
But yeah, like anybody that asks for money from me, like it's not even on a tip. Like, oh, like if I can't give that money out and not expect it back, I don't give it out.
So have you ever asked for money?
Nah, I'm really good on. Like if it's like like family, I ask for money from family. Like if it's like, oh, when I was younger and I was fucked up, like yeah, I definitely. Can we cuss on this?
Go ahead, do you.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Period.
Do you?
But no, absolutely. being younger, I've needed money, but being older, I haven't necessarily needed to borrow money. And, you know, it's always good nature where it's just like, it's a gift, it's a blessing. It's not necessarily like a loan, an IOU. So no, I haven't.
I see.
Yeah. Cause money isn't the value, it's the love. You know, so.
What you mean by that?
You know, the love is the real currency. You know, the fact that I want you to survive, I'm not gonna count $1 to it. I'm not gonna have a tab about how much I gave you or how much you've given me. I'm not gonna hold that to you. I'm not gonna put you in debt, you know?
That's real shit.
Yeah. So.
Because you already asked it for money, so it's like, how the fuck you gonna pay somebody back if you ain't got it in the first place?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I don't have it, I don't have it. And you have to respect that.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't respect that.
Has anybody ever asked you for money and you told them no and they got mad?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think so. Like, I think I've had people
Yes.
ask me for money. But like I'm okay with giving it. You know, like, cause they know better than to ask me if we don't have that kind of relationship. Yeah, I don't really play that. You know what I mean? So, but if they ask me and I have love for them, then it's not a problem.
Gotcha.
And they know they have to pay me back. If anybody owes me like $2 and like you owe me money, I'm on that ass. You know what I'm saying? If you really owe me money, yeah.
Somebody's owed you money before?
Yeah, I remember niggas that owe me money since like 3rd grade. Like, you owe me money, like, yeah, I'm a Capricorn, so I know everybody that owe me money ever.
Oh, man.
I'm
Yo,
on
shout
that
out to Vicky,
ass.
y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vicky,
and I'm
man.
collecting. You feel me? But the thing
As
about
soon as y'all get Vicky phone call, y'all hit the reject real quick.
no, that's what it is. But as a Capricorn, like, we rule by Saturn. So Saturn's all about karma and responsibility. So, you know, Aquarius are also ruled by Saturn. So you ever notice that you fuck with a Capricorn, like, the karma you get is like immediate and intense. You know what I mean? You don't really want to fuck with Capricorns like that. Like, they'll be their own karma sometimes. Ooh, sorry about the Medella, but yeah.
You good, you good.
Nah, I get mine. Ain't a person dead or alive that owe me. And I can't, I ain't got my lick back, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to repeat that question for me.
Oh, shit. I got
Vicky took us on the whole spiel.
Yeah, whole nother.
Have you ever borrowed money or anything else? Don't have to be money, anything from somebody, from family, friends, and not returned it? If so, why? And who has done this to you? And what were the consequences?
The consequences, if somebody owed me money, not necessarily they borrowed money from me, but if they owed me money, there are consequences.
Like what? Legal or illegal?
There's consequences. There are consequences.
You be blowing up their phone?
No, I don't have to. I'm gonna get you. Like, but there's consequence. Cause it's not even like it's the principle. It's the principle of it. Like, I'm gonna get mine. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's if you put me in a fucked up situation where you got me and you owe me money, I'm gonna get mine.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, anybody owe Vicky money? Make sure y'all pay Vicky back today.
But here you go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Respectfully, but
Here you go.
know, it's just to even the scale.
Here you go.
Well, yeah, I only get to ask one. You guys only ask me one question.
Huh?
No, I mean,
No,
everybody's going to
everybody.
answer this
Yeah,
question.
so-
Okay,
yeah,
just
it's
one
not
question?
for you.
Oh, it's
me-
for everybody.
No, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be like any like large amount, but you know, if it's my parents or whatever, you know, they don't even extend a large amount or anything like that.
In Baltimore, them Baltimore sounds coming by.
Nah, it's good. We like that. We like that. But you know, no, I don't expect to pay like my parents back or anybody that's in my family. I mean, unless we have like it doesn't have to be a formal agreement, but like if you know that like, all right, dude's struggling or whatever, it's not like don't get me wrong. I always keep in mind my tab, so it's not. I don't forget okay, payments. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let me make sure I get myself together to make sure I can like pay you back, and I still got money for myself.
Right,
you know?
right.
Because you just don't want to pay somebody back and then be like, you know,
Ass out.
Then you got
Yeah.
borrow again? You be like,
yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
For real.
What about you?
No, I don't like ask people for things.
or borrowing things.
I don't like borrowing things because it always changed the relationship.
I don't like, yeah, exactly.
I mean?
Like,
Yeah.
you think that I'm in
That
debt
too.
to you. You think I'm your
Yeah.
bitch. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's like it's not in the case.
yeah.
And then sometimes like people be trying to power trip, so it's like,
They
all right, I
do.
gave you this, right? So now next time I'm
And they'll list it too. They'll be like, I did this for you. I did this for you.
Yeah.
Damn, nigga, you was keeping track.
I mean, I feel like that
Damn.
only really comes up if like you guys like come in odds in a way, right? Like if you guys end up, if it's
But
a
see-
conflict
see,
that
and-
arises, then sure.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, they're still calculating. No matter who they are, they're calculating it.
And you don't know until you in that situation. You be like,
Yeah.
damn, like when I help people out, I don't really be thinking about it too much. Like people have mentioned it in their own time, like, oh yeah, I remember you did this, you know what I'm saying? But I try not to like, you know what I'm saying, bring up certain shit. Cause people be, you know, that's just
Yeah.
like a sensitive thing. Like if
It
you gotta
is,
ask
it
somebody
is.
for something, that's a sensitive, you know what I mean? That's like a vulnerable time that person is in. So for them to
Yeah.
even ask you or ask somebody is a big ask. And then for you to throw it in their face is like, it's like a fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, for you to ask in the first place, they should already know that you're in a state where, you know, you just don't have it.
Yeah.
So it's like a grant more than a loan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a grant is not expected to be paid back. But a loan is like, okay, when are you going to pay this money back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I will say this though,
So-
when you fucked up, it show you who you really could call on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you start
yeah.
looking at your phone, you like, nah.
Yeah, nah, this dude's gonna be like this.
Yeah,
this dude's gonna be like,
yeah.
nah,
And
this
then they
dude's
put
gonna be
their-
like, he gonna
so-
give me the runaround.
So if you ain't never been fucked up, you're not going to even understand what it's like to have to ask. Because people that had to ask for shit before, when somebody asks you for something, you understand them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you never been fucked up, like, some people, they be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Lil Jon.
what about you?
Lil Jon. Go ahead, Lil Jon.
All right, repeat the question again.
Have you ever had asked for money or give money and not expect it back, or not got it back? And if so, what were the consequences?
Nah, I rarely ask for money. Probably like only ask my parents. But if it's like,
Hey, look, everybody ask your parents for money because they birthed you into this jump.
Yeah, you gotta
Even if
pay
they
my
don't
life
got it,
bill.
still reach out. All right,
Yeah,
y'all,
for sure.
do that.
definitely. I mean, that's the most probably the most comfortable people you feel asking for money.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I only be like expecting it back if it's like a large amount. Like if you give somebody like, let's say, I guess $100 or over $200 or whatever, you be like, yeah, I'm looking for that junk back, and like
I'ma
a
find
little
you.
later.
Yeah.
But see,
Yeah,
a
for
hundred,
sure.
it's crazy you say that, right? Because niggas have died for less.
Yeah.
But 100 is so insignificant, but it's so significant. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you give it to somebody, it ain't worth taking their life if they don't pay you back. At the
Yeah.
same time, it's like, man, you really don't fuck with me. Like, it's $100. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's the principle for me.
Yeah.
It's the
But
principle.
like I said, right, this is what I'm really hitting on. When people are asking for the money, they really don't have it. So if you give them the money, you really can't expect that money back
Yeah.
for real. You know
It's
what I'm
It's
saying?
a rule they say. If you're not comfortable losing it, don't give it away.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So
There you go.
if it's gonna hurt you, you ain't got it.
Don't even do it. Yeah, 100%. You're right.
Facts.
Have you ever not paid nobody back?
Nah, I like keeping track and paying somebody back. Cause what if I need to ask again? They be like,
Yeah.
nah, you ain't pay me the first time, bro.
Right.
So it's like, I try to pay back all my debts or whatever. So yeah.
I've had people owe me.
Yeah,
track
you
'em
ain't ask
down?
for it back?
I get mine.
Oh yeah.
I get mine.
There go Vicky, y'all.
I even it out. I get mine.
We need to sound that.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Vicky gonna get hers back.
Yeah. And they know not to look for me too. So all
Oh, shit.
right, anyways.
Let's go. Hey, yo.
Okay, what's your first
What's
question?
up with Vicky?
What y'all want to ask me?
What's
Just
up
palm
with
her
you?
head like that, bro.
I know. I'm not even bald no more. I'm furring. But what y'all want to ask me?
Shit, I heard you box. You be boxing?
Oh, I do box.
You
I
watched
box
the fight
every
yesterday?
day. You said what?
You watched the fight yesterday?
I did not. I was sleeping for like 20 hours.
Respect.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I was tired.
Just knocked
I
out.
I was napping. I knew Tank was gonna win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought out of Upton. They do good work. Yeah.
You go there, up there?
No, I used to represent Lightning Quick Fit, but our coach was murdered by a 15-year-old about 3-4 weeks ago. He was getting a bag of chips in the middle of the night, and a 15-year-old in a van full of other individuals. That was the third spot that they were shooting up, and they shot that spot up, killed my coach. He was the only person to die that weekend. So,
Condolences, for real.
thank you.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, with that being said, our gym, it was like every day we fit. So he was there every day. He was the only boxing gym that was there every day. You know, you got Mac Lewis, you got Upton, you've got Umar Marvin's gym, which I also work out of. You know, they do no hooks before books, that they have an after school program for the kids. They, you know, they're really big on like getting, you know, all the boxing gyms are big on getting individuals off the streets and into the gyms just to like get them to be productive. We've got a couple of projects that we're working on out of Marvin Umar's gym, but lightning quick, Ernie Bug taught me how to fight. So with his passing, a lot of the family that he would, you know, it's like hearing your friend every day talk about how these people don't support him, how he's struggling day to day financially, you know, how he's breaking even just to keep the gym open. He would fight to, because he was still a fighting coach. So he would do fights to get, you know, thousands of dollars, like, you know, $3,000, $4,000, maybe
How old was
$6,000. He was 33 years old. He had 2 infants and a 15-year-old. So, yeah, the gym didn't make any money. When he died, you know, the kids, the funeral was paid for from the boxing community. The kids got their own trust fund from the boxing community, but it still wasn't enough. The family hijacked our gym, locked us out. So we've been boxing outside at Druid Hill, locked us out, hijacked the gym and our equipment, and they are redistributing the power however they deem fit, but they expect us to still serve under them after they disrespected our coaches. And it's just like, we're not going to do that. You know, we're going to follow our coaches to wherever. So we're working on a new home. I can't release any information right now, but, you know, just be on the lookout. So we are rebranding. We do not fight under lightning quick anymore. Anything that happens down there is none of our business. It is not of Ernie Bug that, you know, every day that we fit, all the people that saw him every day, all his colleagues, all the people that fought for him, we don't work out of that spot anymore. So, yeah, we are rebranding. We are transitioning. So, yep. Sucks. But, you know, we move regardless. We make motion. It is what it is. It's not my first rodeo.
Yeah, nah, I feel that. Nah, I mean, we were talking in and out, like, you know, in between this entire like situation.
I call ALIM for my stress.
You know, nah, like, you know, when you told me how everything went down, I was just like, bruh, like, this is beyond nutty. It's sad because, you know, I was just talking to Andre about it. He's like, he didn't even hear about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is information that needs to be like known to the public.
It is. And this is the thing, like, because the first interview, there are these 2 people they interviewed. They were like, what do you think about all this happening? They're like, oh, this is Baltimore. This is regular. And it's just kind of like, this isn't normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not normal. Like, if this happened in a white neighborhood, white people were attacked, like, this would be front page. But then again, you know, you get people, churches are shot up. Schools are shot up, you know, people were threatening to shoot up our gym. The people that say that they love him were threatening to shoot up our gym because they wanted control. And it's just like, you know, it's, I actually mentor children in my day job type beat. So it's very sad that these same children, you know, he has a 15-year-old and someone in her class, you know, not, you know, literally, but someone in her class of age killed her father. Why? You know, because it's normalized. You listen to our music and it's just like, oh, you know, shoot up the block, disrespect your bitch, slap your mama, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cheat your brothers, like.
Yeah, these are what the kids are listening to.
You listen to country music, you don't get none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You listen, like, no one else degrades their own people the way that we do. It's generational. It's sad. It's sick. It's reality. It's where we're at. So, you know, I don't know how to fold. I don't know how to give up. So, and God already knows how I'm built. They made me. So this is to me another level of, okay, we gotta make action. Cause the whole reason I found the boxing community was because I had a death of somebody that was close to me. TB, Thomas Bowman, check it out. Zoom in on that.
Wait, you got a whole tat?
Zoom in on the tattoo.
That's
Whoa.
right.
Zoom in on the tattoo is a sickle, baby.
That's fine.
It's a sickle. Yeah, it's because Thomas was yatted
Whoa.
up. Thomas was yatted. He's tatted front to back to his, down to his hands, down to his ankles. And I would always find different tattoos on him. And one tattoo, the latest tattoo I found on him before he died was like the Grim Reaper. And it was just like, ready when you are. I was like, oh, that's a new tattoo. I didn't really notice that. And then he died outside unexpectedly. And that hurt a lot. So, you know, I really thought that I would have at least, I didn't have him anymore, but I thought I would at least have the people that knew and loved him. But they were lost in their grief, started trying to blame me for his death. So I, in my alienation, in my being ostracized from his people, I was grieving real bad. The next year, 2021, it was his birthday. So I was like, I want to do something real lit. They not inviting me to the cookout. I want to do something for me up here in Baltimore because all this happened down in PG. So I want to do something for me. I was just by myself, you know, the only person that knew and loved him, grieving by myself. So I hosted a fight club in my living room. I didn't have no furniture. I just had a couple of niggas ready to square up for a black a mile, an eighth of weed, and a 40 ounce of malt
more
liquor.
than a couple of
Wait,
people ready to
it
square
was
up.
like a real fight club, like you
No.
Yeah,
said.
niggas
for
was knuckling
real.
up, bro.
In your crib?
In the
Yes,
crib,
in my
bro.
living room.
Where did you find these people at?
She had
I
people
knew-
ready to squabble.
It's really not that hard.
Teach your man how to squabble.
It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? I had a good weight class going on. It was fair fights, you know what I'm saying? And they was knuckling up too, you know what I'm saying?
wait,
like, I had a nurse on standby,
This is
yo,
crazy.
shit was official. So like, cause it was on his birthday and like, you know, niggas was knuckling up.
Yeah.
And then a couple of OGs were in the room cause I had a little bit of a crowd too. Cause we used to
Was
throw,
you charging?
I was charging, but nobody was really checking at the door because I was just so focused on making this shit happen that I wasn't checking. I had someone at the door, but he wasn't really checking niggas, so he wasn't doing his job. He was watching the fights. So some OGs came by because they were opening up a club across the street from me. So the OGs, they were like, yo, I ain't never seen nobody do no shit like this, let alone a lady in her living room, like, you know, come work with us in the club and like, you know, you could really make a lot of money off of this. So boom, it really blew up. So when it came down, so I'm working on, you know, FC2, Fight Club 2, and I'm like, I'm working out of the venue that the OGs were hosting across the street, like a block up from my house. And, you know, cause they were having like a their own party spot. So we had cookouts, tryouts, weigh-ins, workouts, you know, they was punching the bags, they was jumping ropes. You know, we had them signing like, you know, agreements. I don't know where this
NDAs.
podcast going, but yeah, niggas, it was some underground lit ass shit. Like it was really lit. And I was working with them for about like 2 months and I was still doing school. I was in college finishing my psychology degrees. I was working on statistics. I was doing a statistics class. That shit was difficult. But I was still putting together Fight Club because like, you know, like that was my passion project and I had a team now with me. It's fully functional operation, but they was some gangsters. So they was up to no good. You know what I'm saying?
They was some
And
gangsters, y'all.
They was, and the police were knocking on their door, literally like letting them know like, hey, we're watching you. So shit got too hot for them and they let me know at the last minute, like the week before my FC2, they let me know like, and the FC2 was on his death day. So they let me know that they can't, they were like, okay, that venue that I was planning on working out of is no longer because it got too hot. So they no longer have a venue for me. If I can't produce a venue, then they're pulling out. They're pulling their whole team out. So they didn't think that I could pull it off, but you know, I was so dead ass because around that time, I was also working at a sex shop. You know, we can get into that later. But around that time, as I'm putting together Fight Club.
Hey, this is a spicy episode, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now.
It is what it
This
is.
is a lot. This is a lot.
It is what it is. It's in real life. I gotta write a book. But yeah, around that time, the people that started blaming me for Thomas's death, they caught wind of the fact that I'm doing this like large scale. We're supposed to have mud wrestling. We having all these fights. They got jealous, really. They got envious. They're like, oh, you're trying to make all this money off of his name. Nobody in Baltimore knows who Thomas is. They just see an ill-ass event and they pulling up. You know, they're like, oh, are you going to give the money to the family? Do they want the money? I'll give it to them. I don't really care. I just want to pull this off. And then they, like, I really went viral in my hometown. Niggas was hating on me real bad. And because I was so close to giving up, they have no idea how, like, discouraged I was. And I was so close to giving up. I lost my business partners. I lost the venue. I had like 14 to 12 fighters. I didn't know what to do with them. I had pre-sold tickets and I was just like lost. I didn't know what to do. And I'm just getting flooded with all of this hate talking about fuck you, Vicky, fuck you, all these paragraphs. I'm like, oh, it's definitely happening now. I was like, oh, y'all niggas, like, I was about to give up till y'all niggas start hating on me, but I'm about to show you what I'm made of. And sure enough, I pulled that shit together by the skin of my teeth. Like, that shit was so fucking real. And like, they, you know, like, they really started hating on me because I was doing it in his honor. All right, respect. Because, like, at first I was like, yo, kiss my ass, till they were like, yo, the mom's upset. And I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to piss off moms. So I changed it to International Player Haters Club. Right? Still on the same date. But then, like, you know, then I changed it again to Bible study, Salvation Smackdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's a crazy ass
that
name.
shit was
What?
lit.
I did not know. No.
Salvation.
Wait.
Smackdown.
Wait. Hold on.
Bible
Vicky,
study.
Vicky. Hold on.
Yo, wait.
Vicky, wait.
Yo,
Vicky.
my
life.
No, wait.
Bible study. So what y'all had, like the Bible, y'all was like,
No,
go to chapter
don't
4.
even ask those questions right now.
Book of Joseph.
Because Vicky is just like, she just going in to give information at the end.
Yeah.
Like, yo, hold on, wait.
Yeah. The point was...
No.
You're
You're not gonna continue.
Stop right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and, like, you know, because you're giving a lot of information right now.
Okay.
And it's just like,
And
yo.
because it's like it be the story be like
It
making
gets
sense,
crazy.
and then it's like she throws stuff from the left field and then just skip over it.
Yo.
Like yeah, this whole time we was gonna do mud wrestling. I'm like, wait, like in your living room?
It was.
Wait, say the name one more time.
Bible study, Salvation Smackdown.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. But the whole point was...
Wait, no, don't continue.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
We gonna be no, because I can see
Who
where you
came
gonna
up with
take
that?
this, and this is still 1v1. And don't get me wrong, I want you to do what you do. I
I'm
love
big
you.
Jesus. I'm big Jesus.
Yeah, I know, but I know you. We lit where you lit right now. I know, but that's a crazy name.
God damn.
That's a crazy name. I want everybody to know right now that
Bruh.
name is wild.
Yeah, that's
real.
cool.
And it's very Vicky. It's very Vicky.
real.
I want y'all to know that this is very Vicky.
Yeah.
Bible study.
And I never knew that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know you named it that, bro.
I'll send you the flyers because first, like I said,
That's
it
the
was
name of this episode. Yo.
first. It
Bruh,
was
we gonna have to look. We're gonna have to look at
Nah,
this after this.
the first one was, remember, it was International Player Haters Club because they was player hating,
Yeah.
right? And then I changed it to Bible Study Salvation Smackdown because the whole point was
With the Bible involved?
Yeah. I'm big
Oh.
Jesus though. I'm big Jesus. But like the whole point is it doesn't matter what I name it. You know why and what I'm doing it for. So
Okay.
you can kiss my ass. And
There
that's
you go,
really what it
there
was
you go.
about. And it was like the night of, damn. I'm gonna tell y'all this story because it's too real.
All right,
here we go.
1 minute,
Yeah,
1 minute,
one
1 minute,
minute.
1 minute, Vicky.
Okay.
1 minute.
All right. Anyways, this how. Okay, so for Fight Club, I needed fences. And I got some fences, okay? And I got some fences. My friend, I used to call him Just Got Out because that's all he would say. That's all, yeah. Y'all strap in. Strap in. So his name was Just Got Out because that's all he would talk about. All he would talk about was how he just got out. Oh, I just got out. Okay, congratulations, nigga. He had a moving company, so he had pickup trucks. So I asked him, I'm like, yo, like I asked him earlier that day, you gonna help me get these fences? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna help you get these fences. And then the time came.
Because he just got out.
Wait. So when you saying fence, you talking about an actual fence?
like fences, like big, sturdy, like concert fences.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So
Because he just got out.
Yeah,
He just got out.
he just got out.
Shout out to Just Got Out.
Just got out. Whole ass nigga. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, never
I'm
mind.
gonna tell
No,
you
don't
why.
shout
I
out-
don't fuck with that
don't
nigga.
shout
I'm
out.
gonna tell you
1
why.
minute. You got 30 seconds.
I'm
You
gonna
got
wrap it
30
up. I'm gonna tell you
seconds.
exactly what happened. So this fuck nigga, right? He a high functioning alcoholic. God bless him. So if he doesn't have a certain level of alcohol in him, he gets the shakes. I picked him up from the bar, so he already been drinking. So medically he should have been okay. But we went to go get the fences. It went down flawlessly. We got the fences. I ain't gonna speak too much on that, but
did y'all get 'em?
we got the fences.
Okay,
Okay, and we
just got out.
We just got out.
I can imagine how y'all got the fences. Yeah.
We got the fences. We put them in the truck and we pulled back up. And no cap, like I'm gonna really tell y'all what happened. So we pulled up, right? We pulled up and it was like, he started driving like to my house. And I'm like, no, we gotta drop this off at the venue. So, you know, at this point, I think he gets a little comfortable. And just the other day, somebody was telling me how he, you know, keeps going to jail because he gets drunk and he makes dumb decisions. So I'm like, okay, you know, and I didn't think much of it. But like, you know, he's on the phone talking to bitches, you know what I'm saying? He's basically like, He's drinking shooters from the cooler in the back. He's driving with his feet. I'm kind of watching him. He's busting illegal U-turns, and I'm kind of watching him. And like, I've never been someone to tell someone how to drive their car until he ran through a red light. And I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna say something about this man now. But at that moment, I see these two high beams coming to my peripherals. And my mind, I'm like, we about to get T-boned. But there's nothing else I could do about it. So I brace myself. Boom. My side of the door gets T-boned. We spinning across the street. The fences go flying. That car hits another car.
Holy shit.
So it's 1, 2.
So y'all had the fences in the car.
Yeah, and then I think it was a 3-car pileup. So, his cooler in the back full of the alcohol dumps on me. I'm drenched in liquor even though I'm sober. And the first thing this nigga does, and when he turns to me, he's like, you just cost me my business. Yo! Nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, what the fuck? I don't got time for this shit because all I'm thinking is Fight Club gotta happen.
Hey, yo.
I don't give a fuck. Wait, Fight Club has got to happen. I don't give a fuck. Because, like, you're not gonna say fuck Vicky and think I'm not about to pull through. I had tunnel vision. I ain't give a fuck. So I bunny hopped out the vehicle, right? He was trying to fight everybody. He just ruined their whole night, ruined their whole day. I go to the person. I'm like, are you okay? Because I'm like, okay, like it's time to be an adult. You can't even run away from the scene. His shit fucked up. You know, I'm like, are you okay? He was like, yeah, I'm okay. I could tell he wasn't even looking, right? I go to the other woman. I'm like, are you okay? She laying on her airbag. She's screaming like, I'm like, come on, you gotta get out the car. I pull her up out the car. It looks like she pregnant. I'm like, this nigga done fucked up. Right. But she wasn't pregnant because like she would have been screaming it the whole time. No, I'm pregnant, you dumb motherfucker. She didn't say all that.
She was just fat.
She was just fat. Okay. So, you know, God bless that. Pulled her out the car.
Round the story up because
I'm about to
Vicky,
round it up. Her car sets on fire. And I'm like, bruh.
Hey, yo, this is
It's
like...
really bad. It's really bad. I'm calling my lawyer, like, what the fuck? Like, my lawyer's like, you know what I'm saying? I call the venue owner like, yo, it's gonna take me a little bit to get over there. We just got in the car accident. That nigga start laughing. I'm like, okay. So I'm pulling the fences to the side, niggas thinking that I'm a good Samaritan. No, these motherfucking fences. You know what I'm saying?
So you still try to say the fences?
This Fight Club is happening. I don't give a fuck.
It's the same day as Fight Club.
It was the midnight of Fight Club. I should have been releasing promo. I'm in a 3-car pileup. I couldn't believe it.
Yo.
So, yeah. What the fuck happened? Yeah. So
Wait, how does this end?
Oh my God.
Just skip
all
to
the
the
fucking
end.
police, all the police officers pulled up. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got arrested. Nigga got sent home. His drunk ass got sent home.
And that's Baltimore for y'all.
And that's Baltimore,
that's
baby.
Baltimore.
Jesus
And that's
Christ.
Baltimore.
And that's Baltimore.
Y'all heard what
they
she
sent
just
that
said.
dumbass nigga home. They should have put that nigga in cuffs. But yeah, so I filed that Geico claim. I got me a little. Anyways. But moving forward, I went to work that morning at 9 a.m. I went to work, and that's on Capricorn. I went to work and I clocked in, slinging dick. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I was working at a sex shop. I was working at a sex shop.
All right, time out.
So I was slinging dick. I was slinging dick.
Pause.
Wait, no, because I'm still on the fire, yo. Like
they put it out.
Who?
The police, the fire department. They put it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Hold on, man.
It was off the street.
Vicky, wait. So this guy's no longer in your life anymore?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why.
No. I don't know why yet. Not yet.
Just got out when just back in.
Fuck that nigga. We done.
Hey, yo, just got out.
We done.
Hey, yo, hold on.
The story
Vicky,
just got out.
crazy.
Jayla.
No. That's really a wild experience.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. And then, okay. And then Fight Club happens that day.
Okay.
And it's on the death day.
All right, let's round this round. You got 1 more minute.
All right.
You took 5 minutes with that story.
It is what it is. Because it's such a lit story. I didn't take no footage. I
All
told
right,
everyone in there, don't take no footage. And then we had a good old-fashioned underground ghetto moment. Like, I had VIP. It was grown and sexy. I had young body bitches, like, grown and sexy.
This
I
is
had
at the
a
Fight
DJ.
Club?
Yes, I had a
You
DJ.
got him interested, y'all.
I had
He
my
gets it.
heavyweights. Y'all, let me finish. Like, I had my heavyweights. I had a bar. I had a
Yeah.
DJ. We was upstairs. We was downstairs.
fire.
We had hookah. We was getting lit. And then, like, I had my 12 fighters, and this one fighter, he came off the street. He was like, I'll fight whoever. I was like, all right. I'll put him up against the biggest guy. He damn near knocked that nigga out. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yo.
And then, okay, so that kid, that cat, I'm not gonna say his name, but that cat introduced me to the boxing community. So from there, I funneled into the boxing community, and then I had a bunch of investments that I gave my coach Ernie Bug to run FC3, but FC3 was never, it just never could take off the ground. I still gave the one venue that I wanted to work out of. They're still holding on to my deposit. It's just like, I'm real like Snowfall about this shit. Like, I built this shit brick by brick.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if I let another nigga tear it down, cause you don't like the way another nigga talk. Like, I really get, like, I'm sorry.
Hey, yo. Wait, hold
I
on.
get so
Okay.
dead ass. Yeah.
Vicky?
Huh?
Vicky, right here.
It's
Hey,
real.
yo.
It's real. It's
You
real.
know,
Oh,
you know I
yeah.
got love for you.
Real shit, real shit.
But this is why.
Yo, it's
You
just
know
a
that,
lot
though.
going on right now, man.
I know.
No,
I call
no,
him
no,
Liam.
no.
I call him Liam after every instance.
every instance,
I
bro.
call him. He's acting.
And I
let
was
him
like,
know.
yo, we need Vicky on this. And right
I
now,
know.
you really taking
like-
this like
that's
you,
like a
you
Tuesday
throwing this,
for
you
me.
throwing this beyond
That's
the
a
stratosphere.
regular
Yeah.
Tuesday
So
for me.
that
I
was
ain't gonna hold
Tuesday.
you. That was a regular
She didn't even tell us
Tuesday.
about Wednesdays.
Yo,
Wednesday was
I
crazy.
don't know if I want to
Tuesday
hear
was
about
the normal
Wednesday.
day.
Don't, but I'll tell you.
No.
Nah, that's crazy.
We still got to keep this on course a little bit, Vicky.
Okay. Keep it on
Right
course.
now, your energy is really good. Don't get me wrong.
Wait,
I'm not trying to kill your
okay, I
vibe.
want to ask.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
Well, I don't even know what I want to ask, man. Y'all go ahead, man.
No,
Y'all-
go ahead.
like
Think
that.
about it a little
Where
bit.
does this even go? Like, where are we going now?
It just
'Cause
goes
that-
to
No,
where
this
we're
is
at
the
right
story.
now.
This is the origin story of Fight
where
Club.
we are right now.
No, this is how she got into boxing.
This is the origin, yeah, of how I got into boxing.
How you got into boxing and the origin story of Fight Club.
So basically, I gave my coach just too much money. And, you know, because I gave him money to, like, let me bring my boys in. Any boy, for real, like, any individual, because he has ladies class. And I just brought in any individual and was just like, do you want to learn how, it was like a pyramid scheme. Do you want to learn how to box? First get you into boxing. Do you want to work Fight Club? Okay, you know what I'm saying? And then it would get to that. But I never got to that point. So, but I stayed because I gave him so much money. I'm like, someone's got to learn how to fight. So I started learning how to fight. And that was my coach and like all the people in there. It just became a family. And then one day he was just sitting outside. He was like, man, I got to make some money. Like, I just really got to make some money. And I'm just kind of like,
I know you got ideas to make the money.
I'm like, look, you got a gym, you got a boxing gym, you own, like, you basically already run the venue. Let me do what I do. And we threw the illest event. It was deep as fuck. The kids were fighting. The women were fighting. The men were
shit.
fighting. And it was deep as fuck. It was deep as fuck. It was going out the door. It was just lit. But it was regulated. And it was like, so he really got me from doing all that like underground gangster shit, because there's a lot that I'm not saying. They were up to no good. So it was like, you know, God was really protecting me from a lot of the bullshit. And then in that sense, he gave me wellness, he gave me health, he gave me fitness. You know, with boxing comes confidence. It heals, I feel like, the masculine individual. That's why I was really also drawn to it. I have 2 degrees in psychology, y'all. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just up to no good. Like, you know, I'm an organized, chaotic individual. Like,
That's real. I would say that. Organized and chaotic.
yeah. And, you know, when it comes to the masculine male, they need a safe space to be just that. So they need someone that sees them for who they are, receives them for who they are, because the masculine individual doesn't want to go to therapy. They think that going to therapy is soft. So you want a space that lets you work out your aggression, lets you work out your emotions, lets you be a man for your community, lets you be an upholding citizen for your people. And the boxing community is just that. And that's just really why I stayed. Like, I never left. I'm there every day. Like, you know, every day we're strong. So that's what we do. And I ain't never left, even especially because my coach died, you know what I'm saying? So I lost Thomas, that's how I started Fight Club, and then I found my coach, and then I lost my coach. You feel me? And so here we are, this is not my first rodeo. That's what I mean by, like, this is not my first rodeo. Her like a bitch, especially, like, the way that he went, and niggas are like, oh, that's just Baltimore, kiss my ass. Like, this shit not normal.
Right. Yeah,
This not real. This not reality. On like how, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if he was in fucking Afghanistan in the middle of the night. Like, he should have been able to do what he had to do. But because the violence is normalized and everyone's tired and like the music is just like promoting it and, you know, the culture is just like, oh, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, you know, it could be 90 degrees. You still see young people in ski masks. Motherfucker, take that shit off. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know, you won't be thugging so bad. Like, nigga, you won't do the wrong thing and end up in jail the rest of your life. Yeah. Struggling. You feel me? But, you know, like, I love my people, so I ain't never gave up on my people. And
wait, talk close to the mic, please.
It is what it is.
Yeah, no. And I remember when you sent me the article and everything, we were talking about it. We were talking for a minute, just like dissecting all this whole thing. And then I remember when they found, you know, the suspect. Yeah. And you were like, you know, a little bit, you know, relieved by that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it was crazy because when you sent it to me, I'm like, I was honestly expecting it to be like, you know, a middle-aged, you know, older guy.
I knew it was a young person.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew it was a young
person. But
person.
it was sad. It was sad because it's just like, you know, Baltimore is filled with like, you know, all these kids
normalized violence.
Well, it's not only just the normalized violence. For me, it's like, how are these kids getting access to these weapons?
That's
bro?
a question.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we should really be
and
asking.
it's really like wild because there's no way on earth that a 15-year-old is supposed to have that ability to take all these people's lives.
Take a life.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they took a life, but it could have been more. You know?
They really could have. But the whole thing was, given the nature of the crime, I knew it was a young person because they were shooting indiscriminately at the crowd in the middle of the night. Like, there was no motive. At least like a mid-20-year-old something, an older person is gonna know, like, they're gonna be more discreet about it. They're gonna be cleaner. They're gonna be like middle of the night about it. They're gonna pick who they want and like discard them quietly. This person was loud, abrasive, reckless, out of control. Like, you know, I mentor individuals in their age range, and I was like, there was a young person that did it high on drugs. And or this was a gang initiation. Like, can you take a life without remorse? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like is happening.
And
We don't have details though.
No, I just
But
seen,
they will never see heaven.
Yeah, no, I literally earlier just seen a video because I like follow the Fox News in Baltimore and stuff, and then like how gangs are like aiming at children and recruiting children because
they're easy.
You know, well, not only that, it's like they can't get charged. You know, I mean, it depends on the charge. It depends on the crime, of course. But like, when if there's a children in like or children involved, you know, it's like less of a risk than having an adult
because of juveniles.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they're literally like, you know, they're like, you know, being
they're
like
them,
they're keeping,
they're grooming them.
Yeah, they're grooming them, and then like they're trying to bring them on to do these crimes, and it's just like it's sick.
It's a setup, man.
It's
set up a lot of OGs in the neighborhood, they, you know what I'm saying, they feds. Like, and not feds like they work for the police, but like they do police activities. Like,
facts, yeah.
The same ones that's giving their kids guns is, you know what I'm saying, like it's like what you call a pyramid scheme earlier. It's like a pyramid scheme to groom them into prodigies or something. And that's how they get in the guns. They groom them to the OGs.
I have sixth graders that I mentored that got kicked out of their former schools because they brought a gun and they sell drugs and you know they are getting used by OGs and shit like that.
Yeah, no, there was a family. There was this mom. You know, like I said, I be watching the news. So there's this mom who just moved to Hagerstown. You know what I'm saying? Because she found that her son has a Mac 10, bro.
Yeah.
Her mom, like the mom, found a Mac 10 on the child, and the child
How
was
old
about
was her
to.
son?
I don't know. I mean, I think he was like in middle school or something, but he was about to go to school to shoot up the school.
Bruh.
And she brought him out. She literally said, nah, this is not about to happen. She tried to contact the other kids' like parents,
Yeah.
but the parents aren't like really concerned about the kids. You know, they have their own lives going
Yeah.
on. So she said,
You
"No,
get
I'm gonna take
tired.
the initiative.
Yeah.
I'm taking my son out of this.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you coming home and you find out that your son got a like unmarked Mac 10,
Yeah.
Mac 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Automatic, yeah. America, you know what I'm saying? So that's just and then there's just, you know, we do what we can, but you really need a community that you can trust because you can't just do it by yourself. Because to be aware is one thing, to be active is another thing. So it's like, are you doing your part in the community? Are you connecting with what you need to do to connect? Because we didn't just come this far to only come this far. We used to be in chains. We used to be segregated. We used to Jim Crow. Like, you feel me saying? Like, we done came a long way. We had Obama in the fucking White House, and then we had Trump in the White House. We done came a long way. We didn't just come this far to only come this far. So where I'm coming from is I'm finna die about this shit. You feel me? But I'm also about to do what I'm about to do. I'm about to have fun. I'm about to enjoy my life. But I'm living for my people. I'm dying for my people. I don't fuck with, like, to have the knowledge isn't just to have the power, but to have the option of what to do with that power. Are you just going to chill? You going to do this? You going to tell them? You going to do that? You have the power of options. Like, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do to help the next person? Because you could just, you know, be sleep on it. You could just be like, oh, I'm tired. Like, this is too big for me. I'm not going to do much. And that's you. That's you. But stay out of my way. That's where I'm coming from. When I'm trying to make motion to get what I need to get done for my people, I don't want to hear shit about, like, oh, this is an uncomfortable conversation for you, and why can't, like, slavery was so long ago, it doesn't affect us. Like, you about to make me mad. Like, we know that's bullshit. It's still... like, you can't pretend like you don't see this shit today. So, you know, I work a lot of angles. That's really like what I love about psychology is just, it's this, once you understand how to help people, once you understand people, you understand the different ways that different things impact, and we are all connected, no matter the race. We are all, you know, in this interwoven connectivity. So we can't pretend like we don't, like, oh, their problems aren't my problems. We're all human. The human experience is a spiritual project. You know what I'm saying? Everything is impermanent. Everything that we're doing is impermanent. One day we will all die. Everything will change. This world won't be here anymore. The mountains change. You know what I'm saying? With the tides of the waves. Everything changes. So what are you doing right now to make a difference? What if today was your last day to live your life? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You gonna do a bunch of drugs, drink, have sex, you know what I'm saying? And then wait to die? Or you gonna go out and, you know, have a meaningful conversation, connect to your neighbor, call your family member that you've been always thinking about, your friend.
Plant the seed.
You know, plant the seed, reach out, you know, do this one project, push this motive, push this agenda. What are you doing? Because everything is impermanent. So what are you doing? You feel what I'm saying? My coach went to get a bag of chips in the middle of the night. We didn't think he was gonna die. I remember when I got that call, I was working with a whole bunch of like middle schoolers, you know what I'm saying, getting them together, got them up out of there, and people were blowing up my phone. I knew there was a problem and I was getting agitated, so I picked up the phone, and the first thing that my friend said was, Ernie is dead. And then I just remember the first thing that I thought was, okay, his human experience is done. He's out the simulation, his human experience is done. And then the tragedy set in. And it's like, okay, you know, because I just saw that man that night and I was upset with him. Because I was upset with him because he was training for a fight. And whenever he trains for a fight, he gets really agitated and petty and like, you know, he just makes the gym hell. And like, I'm like, oh my God, we're going through this again. And I was just so angry with him for being like his regular self. And I went to bed mad over something petty. I had worked a 10-hour, 11-hour day. Like that, I was valid for my feelings. But
Yeah,
like,
no, exactly.
but
That's
you know,
yeah.
you can't like, I can't like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just so serious on my emotions, and I wake up and my friend is dead. He died that night, and I woke up like still satisfied in my petty emotions. And I like, that was something that I really wish I had let go in that moment, you know, to cherish the friendship that we have. You know, and felt good about that. But instead I was like, oh, okay, like I'm tired and I'm petty. I woke up in a better mood because I slept, but like it was still like, I wish that my last feelings on my friend weren't upset. You know, even if it was valid.
But you never know, though.
You just
know what
don't.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you're saying, you don't want to invalidate the feelings that you felt, like,
Yeah.
you know, prior to knowing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that happened.
I know what you
know
mean,
what I'm
but,
saying?
it is what
You know, but
that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
totally
everything's
get
impermanent.
it.
Everything's
Yeah.
impermanent. So it's like, does this little argument really matter? You know, I feel these ways that I feel. Am I going to communicate my feelings to this person that I care about? Or am I going to let my pride stand in the way? What if they die and they never get to, you know your true feelings? Shit like that. It really makes you think, you know?
Yeah, no, with that being said, so like, you know, with that experience that you felt, so moving forward, any situation where like it's gone sour or it's like a negative, like, you know, type of, you know, response or whatever, are you just gonna like now, like, okay, are you gonna think in that critical moment where it's like, all right, if this person were to go now, do I want to feel like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna like now operate on that like framework?
No, because I understand that, like, I have to protect and respect my standards of being. You know what I'm saying? I have to protect and respect the fact that I don't take disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? I have to protect and respect the fact that, like, you know, if you cross my boundaries a couple of times, then that might mean, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It might mean that your capacity to love is only at a certain point. You may, like, your love language might be completely different than what my love language is. We just might not be compatible. I can still have love for you, but I'm gonna detach from the situation on, hey, what's up, Amber? I'm going to detach from the situation of at play, because essentially it is attachments and avoidance that cause our suffering. I was just talking to a friend about this because she was just like, oh, you're Buddhist? And I was like, yeah, she didn't know I was Buddhist. And I was like, yeah, I'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? And Buddhists are, we real big on like impermanence, you know, on the fact that, like, you know, change is the only permanent thing that you can constantly rely on. You know, that's the real reality right there. And if you're comfortable with change, if you're comfortable with death, if you're comfortable with impermanence, you see these things as, like, you know, there's still sadness there. You can honor your feelings, and the feelings, like, they're meant to come. You're meant to acknowledge them. You're meant to accept them. You're meant to honor them, and then they leave. A lot of us, you know, anger is a secondary emotion. So people that get angry real quick, it's like you're not necessarily acknowledging that maybe you might just be sad right now. You might not think that that is, like, you know, a powerful place to be. Like, I was just listening to a Lil Wayne verse, and they was talking about, you know, if a wolf is crying, you still see teeth type shit. Like, you still real in your shit. But, like, you know, when I'm, what was the question?
There wasn't even no question.
It wasn't a question.
I mean, the question was like, are you gonna still operate off the same framework that, like, you know, like, if you are in a sour situation with someone, are you just gonna think like, oh, if this person were to pass, am I gonna like now like disregard how I was feeling just for the sake of like, if you know, if that person were to pass, if something were to happen, and like, will I regret feeling this way because that person passed on?
And
you know
I said no. And I said no, because the human experience is all about evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about evolution. So I'm like, if this relationship doesn't add to me, but instead it's subtracting from me, then it needs to go. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
Or it needs
Exactly.
to be placed in a position. There's people that I love to this day that they don't have access to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll love them from afar, but they do not have access to me because when they come around, it is energetically a vampire situation. Like, you know, they're pulling from me, and I'm just like, just as bitter and resentful as they are when they arrive. And, you know, I'm like, what's going on? It's because the relationship doesn't serve me anymore. So they have to go.
Yeah.
Do I still have love for them? Yes. But can I, like, you know, you can only help someone so much. Once you recognize, okay, I can't help this person too much anymore, then I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That might be lonely. That might really be lonely sometimes. And that's okay. But I I really believe that saves space for the people that do value you, that do see your worth, that do want to grow with you, that are able to elevate you. When I was putting together FC3, because remember FC1 was in my living room, FC2 was, after the 3-car pileup, and I was getting successful. Once I was trying to put together FC3, all the people that saw me, like they're seeing me elevate, and they just weren't really falling in line. Like I just wanted them to simply do the simple things, like play your role. They took that as disrespect, but like really they were just getting intimidated. I was still the same person, but I was obviously on a different pedestal.
Yeah.
What makes you jump to the intimidation conclusion though? Why do you feel like they're intimidated?
Because if they weren't intimidated, then it wouldn't have been a problem. Because what I was asking from them wasn't too much, and I know I wasn't being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Did
you try to consider like what they were probably dealing with at that time?
Yeah. The whole thing that they could come up with was the fact that they felt like I was mean, but like, it was just also like, this isn't the Girl Scout club. Like, you feel me? Like, we're not Cub Scouts, we're not Girl Scouts. The nigga is Fight Club. You feel me?
Yeah.
I kind of need y'all to get in line so we can do this the right way. Yeah. And being a woman in a male-dominated field is not fucking easy.
You think that plays a part?
Absolutely.
And so because you're a woman, you feel like
100%.
when you running shit,
yeah,
people will be like on you a little bit different than if it was a man doing it.
Yeah, well, I get to play to my benefit, like my feminine woes. Like I walk in, I'm real pretty, real sedity, and I'm just kind of like, oh, this is what I need done for you. And they're like, oh, they kind of get lost in like their infatuation for me, that they're like, oh, infatuation. They get lost in their infatuation for me. They're like, oh yeah, like, like they go to help me. Versus also on the double end of that coin is like, they think that they might not think that I'm built for that field, or they might not think that like, they might think that they can take advantage of me, like maybe steal from me, or they think that, maybe they can make me. I've had a lot of associates try to just date me straight out, and I'm just like, no, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm here for. But have I played with the idea of, oh, you can have me if only you helped me get to this goal? Yes, I have manipulated a few. Okay. You know that rule? You know that game? It'd be like that.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Yeah, because we need to bridge this into, something else. And I'm not disregarding anything
I'm
you
gonna get
said.
another instance.
Yeah, no, I'm not disregarding anything you said so far, Vicky. I'm glad that you're able to be here to express like how you feel. I appreciate it because now it's giving me an inside scoop of how you've been processing like the grief and the turmoil that you've been dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And like I appreciate that a lot. And I hope that in this process you've been finding peace in a way. Like what do you say like with everything that's been going on? How are you like really grounding yourself to really not like explode? Because like what you're dealing with is a lot. I mean, I'm sure everyone can agree, right?
Yeah.
This sounds like a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot going on. And it's like, you're the only person who I know who could deal with a situation like this and still be living and still be like somewhat like centered.
Like still body hungry.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I got that dog in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when you got that dog in you.
Yeah, you got that dog
When you got a dog in you.
No, you got that
Rottweiler. That motherfucker will come out to play. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but it's because I have my community, I have my outlets, which is like not just like hitting the mitts, but like before you can even hit the mitts, you gotta work out, you gotta punch, you gotta do a whole bunch of jumping jacks. You know what I'm saying? You gotta condition yourself before you can even hit the speed bag, or the heavy bag, or the mitts, or even spar another person, or even get into an amateur match. So that's in the boxing world. But then I also have the BDSM world where, like, we haven't even touched on that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. That's a whole nother subsection.
We might have to, like, slightly brush on that because...
Wait, Wait, so what is BDSM?
BDSM
Yeah, go ahead and explain that
is
to him real quick.
basically, bondage, domination, sadism, and masochism. So the sadist is the person that likes to inflict pain. I'm sorry, I'm a little lit. The sadist is the person that likes to inflict pain, and the masochist is the individual that likes to take pain. So as a femdom,
What's that?
a femdom is a feminine dominatrix. So you have different types of dominatrix. You have the masculine master. They call themselves the master. They wouldn't necessarily be considered a femdom. I am a feminine, softer, looking female. My domination may be we consider it a sensual dom.
So what do you do like as a femdom?
Okay, as a femdom, also I want to get more into findom, which is financial domination. A financial dominatrix can go to different ATMs and just pull out random amounts and like the whole dominatrix, domination.
So you would get like dudes that just want to give you money.
Just want to give you money off of some men will give you whole paychecks, their whole work paycheck, and you give them an allowance to live off of. You're controlling their whole life. Me as a femdom, but I'm also considered like a sensual sadist. I have my subs in various situations. Some of them, me as a BDSM, my name is Mistress MERCEE. Formal
shit.
name is Sin, but it is what it is.
Mistress MERCEE?
Mistress MERCEE. So, but
Okay.
I'm flexible because I still consider myself a baby dom because I just I'm pulled in so many different directions that I can everyone's like, you can't ride 4 horses, and nigga, I can. You feel me? So, besides boxing and school and painting and sculpting, BDSM is a big passion of mine. So
wait. So BDSM is not like a sexual act. It's like a group. It's like a black belt, like in karate or something. It's like you gotta achieve BDSM.
it isn't. Well, no, it's definitely a subsection. It's a section of kink culture. So kinksters, you have different kinksters that they like their different things. You might just have those that are nymphomaniacs that just like to go out and fuck a whole bunch of people, and that's their thing. That's their kink. You might have people that like to go out and watch people have sex. That's their thing. You might have people that like
That's
to...
ALIM. That's what ALIM do. He just...
Yo, no, you're not about to turn this into like the Chris Brown look. No, that's not what I do, y'all.
all right, we ain't got to talk about on the pod, bro. He got a different personality.
Nah,
on the
he
pod,
capping,
man.
y'all.
That's
He
his thing,
capping.
man.
I'm
not
not.
gonna say
No.
too much.
Nah, go ahead.
Oh, you went with him before?
No, I've invited him to places before.
No, and
We got him. Hey,
nah, that was like, nah.
Hey, Lil
No,
Jon.
that's not. No.
Lil Jon, look,
We got him.
No.
Let's get it.
That situation,
lie.
no, that
Hey.
situation was super vanilla.
Yeah, it was a lame party.
Yeah,
It was a
that
lame
was a
party.
lame
It was an
party.
orgy. It was an orgy, but
Wait,
it
you
was
got invited to
No,
an orgy?
it was
Yeah, it was
not.
a lame
No.
party, though.
Wait, so-
No,
It was lame.
no, it was nowhere
a
near
dry-
that.
It was a dry
No,
orgy.
Wait,
no.
what is a dry
This
orgy?
gotta get cut out. Joe and I
No, it
went.
ain't getting cut out, man. Hell no.
Joe and I went to this spot that Vicky told us to come to.
Wait,
we
so
went
you
to
and Joe went to an
No,
orgy?
no, that's
Bro,
the thing. No,
wait, was it women?
No, there were women there.
Okay.
but no. There were women there, but that wasn't the point. Vicky told us to pull up. Me and Joe pulled up. Me and Joe pulled
Love is
up
love,
to
bro.
the
Love
spot.
is love. We love you the
and-
same, bro. We ain't judging you, bro.
Nah, no. No, if it was something I would have said, I would have been like, yeah, it was no. No,
Okay,
it was
okay,
not
okay.
even that. It was like the lamest party. It wasn't like the lamest
But
party.
what was going on there?
No, I mean it was okay. These people were trying to set up this party to be like an experience where couples can come to and do swinger shit and all this other stuff. But no, it wasn't
had
like
better
that.
parties.
It wasn't like that at
It
all.
wasn't their best
Two,
party.
it was like, first of all, the
So
ratio.
nobody was fucking in there.
Well,
It
yeah,
wasn't
it was
their
too
best-
many
it was-
guys. You know what I'm saying? It was guys there, but there were girls there. But nobody.
I
But no,
think
it was
you
like
was
a
at the wrong
party
party,
though.
bro.
No, so think about it. It was like
Yeah.
a party. It was like in like it was in Bowie or something
Like
like
a
that,
little,
right?
a little sausage
Yeah.
fest. It was like the ratio was bad.
Yeah,
so yeah,
you know, but like it
You
was like
been
a
to one,
party
Lil Jon?
though.
Come on, bro. Don't start. Don't start.
Please.
Don't start with
get
it,
your
bro.
shit.
Don't start.
Look, hey, don't get Lil Jon John and Cho.
Oh yeah.
Let's start with me.
Lil John wasn't
My
there.
bad, bro.
All right, I'm gonna say Lil John was not there. But no, that party, no. That party was like an attempt to make it something that it wasn't at all.
So it was just a bunch of dudes like,
so Vicky,
oh, they got us,
We
yeah.
went, Joe and I went off the strength because Vicky told us about it. We were like, you know what? Let's just pull up to try to see what Vicky talking about. And we got up there and it was just like, all right, nah, this ain't it.
I got a question. So you do orgies like you participated before? You just go and watch. You like to watch it. You be in them.
Oh my God, I don't want to reveal too much. So I had a partner. I had a partner when I first got into the sex world. I'm not even gonna say their name, but their whole thing was they'll fuck you. My whole thing was I'll fuck you up. So I went to go find subs.
You know what?
They were a nymphomaniac. So they went to go, find, what they wanted. And I went to go find subs. So I was just also more of like, they could hold their own, I think, but I was also just kind of like more of like their protector in a way. But I was just really big on, I wanted my own league of subs. Cause like when Thomas was alive, I always talked about how I wanted a fight club. I always talked about how I wanted to be a dominatrix. And then when he died, I was like, fuck it, let me just go crazy. So, I bought the boots, I bought the weapons. I did FC, but I also started going crazy. So my first sub, he cleaned my house from I had like 4 floors. Like he cleaned the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, my roommate's bathroom, my bathroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he cleaned the whole fucking house while I was whooping his ass. So that's really like kind
So
of
you were walking around like, clean the kitchen,
beating
bitch.
his ass. I like him white. I like my subs white. That's off reparations,
Okay.
I also
Hey, yo.
saw a similar video.
yeah, Mistress MERCEE. Yeah, Mistress
Hey, you gotta
MERCEE.
talk in the
That's my
mic.
girl. Yeah, Mistress MERCEE. She went viral again. She's that bitch. Like I've been following her.
Who is Mistress MERCEE?
Mistress MERCEE?
She not paying us, so don't give her
she's
too
not
much
paying us,
clout.
but
Oh, I'll bleep the
she's
name
a
out.
dom she's a fin dom. So she's a fin dom. Her specialty is just milking men for their money, which is what any pro dom does.
That's
but
all
she
women.
specialized. Well,
What?
That's all women.
That's any woman that knows her worth. But period.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
like,
Hey yo,
that
I'm
is-
gonna let y'all go ahead and take over this job.
So, anyways, Mistress MERCEE, she actually had a party out here in the DMV.
word. So she
but-
local?
Yeah, she's in New York, so she does travel all over the place. When you have a good amount of like sub clientele, they will take care of you.
Was it hard for you to find clientele?
No, because what you do, well, in the beginning, like there's a threshold to burst through. You like to break through. You break through this threshold. But once you establish yourself for who you are, what you want to do, what you're willing to do, what your hard limits are. And so the whole thing about BDSM is it is extremely consensual. You let me know what you're interested in, pushing the limits on, what you don't want to, explore. And my job is to make you feel safe in a very thrilling environment. So it's not just about cleaning my house. I've hogtied subs before. I've had subs where I have many subs where their fetish is like they have feet fetish. They have cross-dressing fetishes. There's this one sub that likes to be smushed. His whole thing is like he likes food smushed in his face because it's a humiliation kink for him. I got subs that maybe they're not new to the BDSM, maybe they're not used to the BDSM world, they're new to the BDSM world and they don't know what's going on. But they're more of a masculine individual. And I can just already tell, like, oh, this is not for you. You don't like taking orders from women. Like,
So you don't have sex with these people?
No.
So it's just,
Unless it's in the ass. That's pegging.
I feel like wait.
You want to slow
Nah,
that down?
man, I mean,
I don't want to know no more. I'm
I
good.
know
I
that,
don't
but
wanna-
like Vicky's a
But
part
I
of.
huh?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, I was just, I know what she's saying, but
Yeah.
I just,
The
don't
whole
think we can-
like
Do
pleasure
I use
spectrum
my
is
pussy,
wild,
my
bro.
pussy involved? No, my pussy's
no, I
not
want
involved.
to. So you don't have sex, like you don't have like.
No, my pussy
normal
is not
intercourse?
involved. I don't.
No, I'm talking about outside of that, like in real, like so. Are you like Do you have sex? Like, do you have normal sex?
Yes,
He doesn't know you. He doesn't know you, so he needs to kind of know.
Yeah, because when you talking about sex, it's just like it's like you milking men for their money, you spanking them,
yeah.
and
No,
you
that's
pegging them and all
business.
that. But
That's
I'm saying
not
like,
pleasure, that's
I'm saying like
business.
that's what I'm saying. Outside of that, do you have like regular sex?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know.
Yes, I do.
Cause you can fuck my head up, but I'm celibate. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of this
Hey,
shit.
hey,
yeah.
coach. You got my coach on this live. God help us. You know? But no, it's my intimate relationships are definitely different from my business relationships.
Got you.
My business relationships, I don't see them intimately. I don't even see them sexually. You know, I compartmentalize to this is a job that I'm trying to do very, very well. You know, I'm trying to like psychologically make them feel like safe, but also even for their sexuality is more professional for me. I'm not even like turned on when I'm doing all the things that I'm doing. I might be thrilled by the fact that everything's working out.
But it's strictly business.
You know, it's like when you put together an art project,
Yeah.
you're thrilled by like, wow, this is manifesting. This is
Dude.
working out
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
favor. To me, it's the same art
Do
project.
the
Wait.
people? Oh, go
I
ahead.
got a question. All right. So how does the person like you?
Man, switch the camera to you. The camera on you?
This one
All right.
How does the person that you're dealing with feel about if they ask about like what you do? Like do you
Exactly what I was going
been
to
in that like, situation?
Okay, well, I am single right now. So, you know, if anybody wants to come figure out what it's like to be with a real woman, we can figure that out. Okay. But when I do have different I've had different experiences. I've had someone be intimidated by me. They think that any little thing that I do is to dominate them, which is not the case. I'm just being regular, and they think that I'm trying to dominate them. But they also are in themselves. That tells me like, oh, you're insecure. You know, you're insecure and you're projecting that onto me. Versus some people, like, they see what I do and they don't care. They don't want to be put in those situations. And I'm like, okay, I can respect that. You know, because, you know, in my intimate relationships, since we're being raw, I'd like to be feminine. I like to be soft. I like to be received. So I'm not masculine in my intimate relationships. I like to be a softer individual. But it takes a powerful masculine to be able to receive me. And a lot of these men out here are broken. So they can't hold me for too long. And I have to respect that. That's not a situation for me. That could be better for the next person. That's not for me. So I got to remove myself. And that's also what I'm talking about, you know, like with that like impermanence and, you know, there's still love there. Like I still got mad love for you, but you can't receive me. There's no like capacity in what you got going on for us to work out. So
Have you ever been in a long-term relationship?
I have like up to like a year,
Okay.
like when I was like 19, you know,
Okay.
27 now. So
Word.
been single for like since then.
Okay.
So what would you say, what are traits for you to like feel like, you know, all right, this is a man that's like semi-complete. You know what I'm saying? What does that look like for you?
I've actually been doing a lot of work on that. Like I have a personal project on journaling and just like reflecting. Like, you know, I might not be the problem.
It ain't going nowhere.
Nah, it just started.
You
know what I'm saying?
the guy's looking at this, they already
Nah,
switched
fuck
again.
that,
Like,
fuck
oh,
that,
yeah, no.
fuck
That
that.
nigga really crazy.
It just started, like, but
No, I wanna hear this,
nah.
actually. I'm
like,
messing with you.
cause no, when it really comes down to it, is like I have to recognize, because I have kind of more of an avoidant personality, or more of an avoidant attachment style,
respect. I get
as in
that.
like I have to be independent. Everything ends. It doesn't matter. But the whole thing about love is, you know, you understand that this might not last, but you're still there in the moment to feel those emotions, to experience those emotions, to love this individual no matter what happens. And, you know, I just want to feel safe, protected, provided for with somebody that cares for me, that shows effort. I don't even want like a billionaire, millionaire type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers want like a whole like list of if you just if you show effort and you like, it's really easy to like bag me. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's really easy to get my attention. It might be harder to like maintain me. But if you're bold enough to come up to me and be like, oh, I want to take you on a date, I give you that interview. I see it as an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you know, I'll let you take me. If all I gotta do is show up, I'm gonna show up. We have dinner. We talk about, you know, are we compatible? If we mesh, you know what I'm saying? I'm a really good date. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, then we're just friends. It's that easy to me. But, you know.
You're saying no guys have really like even got past that point?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, ever? Like,
Well, I mean.
besides the one that
like
19-year-old?
long time ago, and we're still friends. I think like because it's also just like because that's what I gotta work on that self. I gotta work on myself too. Like, why do I choose people that are emotionally unavailable? Because like I have avoidant attachment skills and like, you know, I want to be hyper independent and you know, I got like I'm working. That's like some therapy type shit that like I'm working on so that when I do find somebody that is like deserving of my love, I can give that back to them.
Do you want to be married and all
Of
that?
course, I want to
Yeah.
have kids and
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah, I want to settle down and shit. But I'll be damned if a nigga stressing me out and I'm having his baby running around town trying to track him down, talking about you only
Just because you
this
don't like how
money
that
and
another
shit.
nigga talk, right?
No, right? I'm not playing that shit. I'm really not. I'm not playing that shit when it comes to my life.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be pregnant, stressed out, you know, disrespected, and I got some man's child.
But
no.
I think we had a conversation last time. I think you like that, like
I
spiciness,
gravitate
you know
towards
what I'm
that.
saying?
I think I
Like,
gravitate
you
towards
want to
that.
be pregnant with the soccer mom band,
Yeah.
knowing that the man over here doing something. Where you at?
No, I don't want to be.
Oh, so
not
you
pregnant.
she toxic. She
Maybe,
toxic.
no. Now
She
I might have my attributes, but I don't want to be like. If I'm bringing another life into this world,
Yeah.
that's serious. Like
Nah,
that's super.
I'm glad
serious.
you feel that way.
No,
Yeah,
but
I'm like yeah.
Okay. So you want like the toxic side, but you also want like
No,
like,
I don't want the toxic side.
Oh.
I just think that like I tend to have the toxic side because it's like that's just where I'm at right now. I gotta acknowledge that. I'll take accountability. Like that's just where I'm at right now. Like I accept toxic individuals because I know that there's no work there. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not gonna really like grow.
they're not gonna challenge you.
They're not gonna grow with me. You know what I'm saying? And then it reaffirms my belief that like love isn't for me or love doesn't exist or love is damaging. You know what I'm saying? So I'll only take those types of individuals. I've been recognizing this in myself. So I'm like, okay, I need to work on that. Like I gotta list my values. I have to uphold my standards. I have individuals in my life that will show me who they really are. I have to believe that. You know, I can still have love for them, but
Nah, keep going.
nah,
Yeah,
Baltimore.
shout out to the dirt bikes
So
out here
shout
in
out to
B-Boy,
Baltimore.
Hot
y'all.
outside.
You know, I still have love for them, but is it like, you know, am I willing to commit to them? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let the next woman do that. Like, you feel me?
What is your love language?
Oh, definitely access services. Nigga, help me out. Shit is stress. I got projects, nigga. I need you to help me. Like, help me
I feel that.
Edit that out.
Vicky.
I'm so sorry, live. I'm so sorry. Niggas do not touch me like that on a regular. Like, god damn. Like, edit that shit out. Fuck. Damn. You gonna think these niggas gonna be able to palm my shit? They cannot.
Nah, I
God.
can't palm Vicky. Nah.
No.
She won't let y'all do that.
Jesus.
Access service. No, I feel that. I mean, I'm glad you said that because
What's-
I mean, most people
I took
say
a
like
quiz.
physical touch and
I
just
took a
like
quiz.
attention and
I
then.
took a quiz.
So
Yeah.
what's everybody's
Number one love language.
Love language.
Since y'all are a couple, what's y'all love language?
Oh, wait. Why you?
Oh yeah, give it a mic.
Wait, you're not the you're not on the camera.
Wait.
It was just-
Introduce her on the mic. We ain't.
This my baby
Wait,
girl.
you don't
Move
want to
the
be on the
camera.
camera.
You
It's
can
okay.
still move your
Van
camera.
draws on.
Oh, you don't want to be on camera. All right. Well, she could just speak. It's
Yeah,
an
just
audio
speak on the
pod.
mic. You won't be on
go
camera.
ahead.
Hey.
You won't be
We're
on the
on a
camera.
podcast
What's your
right
love
now.
language? Say what. First of all,
Alias,
state your
alias,
name
alias.
or whatever.
How long
said
you
she
been in a
wanna be alias.
relationship
She said she
for?
wanna be
Okay,
alias.
no, don't say that. Say whatever you're comfortable with saying.
So, hi, I'm Yaya. My love
Shout out, Yaya.
language would
Yaya.
be physical touch.
Physical touch.
Period.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Okay, physical touch.
All right.
You gotta
What's
touch
yours?
your woman, nigga.
All
You
right,
hear that?
yeah.
You hear that?
All right, Lil Jon.
You hear that?
It ain't even even that serious. My joint, I'll probably say quality time. Like,
Nice.
Anytime you get
quality time's
with
cool.
the person. Yeah,
That's like my number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
You next, Daryl Barber Jr.?
Yeah. I'll go.
You've been with your girl for a while.
No, yeah. Acts of affection. Acts of affection.
Like,
I like
words of affirmation
that,
or
I mean, I just
like,
really.
like
Because
acts
I feel
of
like I'm very
services.
all around. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
not
all
one
of
takes
them are
more than
important.
you know what I'm saying. Well, it's not even that. I mean, one isn't important than the other. I just want to know that you're like down to just ride for me. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that means, you know what I'm saying? You know, like sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like because you know, yeah. I want to make sure that your acts of affection
Hey, coach.
is my love language. If that, you know, makes sense.
What's your
Okay.
love
Oh,
language?
question, loyalty. Is that love language? Loyalty?
No, okay.
What's
you
the
got
love language?
acts of services,
Okay.
quality time, gift giving, words of affirmation, physical touch.
Physical touch.
It's all niggas.
It's so funny because now
Okay.
shawties are saying they're trying to associate physical touch with just horniness now.
What's your second love
Niggas be
language? What is your second love language?
What was that? Get name again? Physical touch.
Quality
quality time,
time.
quality time.
Quality time.
Like
Well,
quality-
name the rest of them.
Acts of services, gift giving, words of affirmation.
It's only 5, right?
I think there was like 5 to 7, but I
quality
think it was
time,
just 5.
quality time.
Quality time.
Yeah. So I
Cause, but I feel like you associate quality time. It's like they kind of blend. You know what I'm saying? Physical touch and quality time.
I
like,
bet.
You know.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you would have to be around them
Yeah.
to have the physical
Yeah,
touch.
it's
happen.
like the same.
I like
would
acts
you
of
say?
services and gift giving. Like,
Real.
I like when a man goes out of the house and he sees something and he thinks of me and he goes and buys it for me. I don't care how big or small it is. Bring it to me. I'm like, yeah, that's like
All right,
something.
I got another question for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do y'all give the best? Like, we know what y'all receive, but what do you give the best?
I was about to say
Yeah.
head.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Oh shit! Wait!
I'm just kidding.
You give head the best.
No. Okay, like giving what? Giving
No,
what?
I'm talking about like love languages. Like I'm saying, like you know you like gift giving, but I'm saying when you're in a relationship, what do you feel like you do to the other person?
Services. I give acts of services. Like I can see what you need help in, even if you may not see what you need help in. And I'll like, it might be acts of services and gift giving.
Give me an example of a
Like
time
I
when you
have a
did.
friend right now who every time I step into their house, they don't have no silverware. They don't have no plates. They don't got nothing. And I'm just like, man, that's an easy run to the dollar store. You know what I mean? And I could easily get, he fucking up right now, so I ain't gonna give him nothing. But like, you know, if he's got his shit right, I definitely effortless. I could go into somebody's house, look at a wall, be like, oh, this is a blank wall. I got like several paintings that you could easily use, and I give that to them. Shit like that. So acts of services and gift giving, like I'm like, oh, this is lacking for you. So here, let me give this to you. Like I'm good on that.
Yeah.
What about you, Alim?
I mean, I would say for me, for the most part, you know, because first and foremost, most people, you can't assume their love language. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You gotta figure
So
it
it's like
out.
you kind of have to like, even if you think that they would like what you're doing, you still gotta like see if they like that. You know, if they want that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not to say that you kind of like have to fake or like change yourself in a way, but you do have to act accordingly to what, you know, the
just have
person
to
that you're doing
observe.
wants, you know? What I
Yeah.
think naturally works for me is like just being a person who could be there and just listen and hear out, like, you know, a partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know, I'm there. I'm a good, like, listener. You know, I'm very there. I'm very present. I try to figure out, and I'm very solution-oriented. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if you have an issue or whatever's going on, or even if you're sad or whatever, you know, it's like, okay, I'm thinking of ways of how to make you feel better.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
that
So
for
I'm
you.
very conscious about, like, okay, I feel the vibe is off right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what I could do to make it better.
You can't. That's
You
what
know
I'm saying. I need from a nigga like, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the niggas I be dealing with, they get too prideful. They're like,
Yeah,
like I've had a man straight up tell me, oh, I don't chase females. Like, okay, you're boring. You feel me? Because it's like, at the end of the day, like, what you think, you the prize? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Whoa.
you might be, but if you don't make me feel like I'm the prize, eventually it's just like, you think that I'm going to cater to you. And some women may do that for you. Like, some women may be able to kiss the ground that you walk on. That's not me. Y'all already know how I'm built. Like, unfortunately, that is not me at all. So, unfortunately, that just means, again, we're not compatible. I still got mad love for you, but, like, it's just not going to work out. Yeah. So, you it is what it is.
What about Lil Jon? Come on, Lil Jon. Don't expose yourself now in front of your girl.
Nah, I kind of agree with you. Like, be there like for a person to hear them out, hear their problems, and try to find a solution. Probably say the same thing. Yeah, agree with you.
Do you agree with what he's saying? Is he okay?
Yeah.
Do that?
All right,
He says it's no cap in his rap. It's no cap in his rap.
I see you, Lil Jon. That's good that you doing.
Y'all be thinking I'm trying to be cool, man.
I'm weak.
That's what's up, man. Man.
He killing this, man. He killing it. He in his bag.
Lil Jon, you in your bag today. Hey, yo, you need to come here more often and keep Lil Jon
in
in
his
check.
bag today, man. I ain't never seen him smile this much, man.
Oh, man. All right, yo, you gonna round this up real soon.
I'm just dying.
But
Y'all got iPhone charger?
Yeah, I got one.
Plug me in, Lil Jon. Plug me in.
It's a charger.
Before we get to the end part, is there anything you wanted to ask us?
Yeah.
You know, because I know you were talking about like the misogynistic stuff or whatever. I don't know. If you
I
wanted
was
to
just
get
like,
into
because
that.
you know how
All right,
niggas
cool.
with microphones in the podcast always say some
we're
wild
not
shit.
even trying to get into all
But
that.
let me
You know
say
what I'm
this,
saying?
let me say this.
Whatever's on your mind.
What?
Ask.
Okay,
We'll get it
because
later.
as a woman in my community, I'm only getting one perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the young black woman's perspective on things. How do y'all view, in general, the young black women of our generation?
What you mean by that?
Like, I see some of the perspective is, women are gonna cheat, lie, and steal. Women only want us for our money. Most of these women out here are, they fucking your brother behind your back. There's the only good woman I can find is like, a quiet home, shit like that. Shit like that, for real. Like, do you really think that there are good women out here? Or what's y'all perspective? Because y'all not really like street niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? So the perspective might be different from what I'm hearing. But what is y'all perspective on the women out here?
Go ahead, bro.
Yes.
I know you ready. Go ahead, answer
What
it.
kind of question?
Don't hold
Yeah,
back.
no, it's a loaded question because it's like people like multi-dimensional. You know what I'm saying?
Fair
So the same woman that be cheating on you could also be a nurturer to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure we all in here have had like a joint that was like different with us than she was with somebody else.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Or she got a boyfriend, but the whole time, like, you know what I'm saying? She really fuck with you more than she fuck with her boyfriend. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the world is abundant. You can find whatever you want to find. Like, I don't think
People
that.
are multidimensional.
Yeah, so it's like, if you this type of person, you probably gonna get a certain result. If you another type person, you gonna get another type of result out the same
real.
person.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
real.
I'm saying? And so the world is abundant. Like, it really is just a reflection of you and what you allow. Because some people just allow shit from women. And if you allow that type of shit, that's what you're gonna get. And if you don't, then you're gonna get a different type of woman.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Can you get a different type of woman out of the same woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Because this
For
was y'all
sure.
don't, well, no, I'm not sure I understand. But as a man, when we do shit, we see shit in y'all change. So it's like, all right, like, just for instance, right? Let's say I'm out with a girl or something, and we walking, and I know which way I'm going, and she'll be like, I think it's this way. I'll be like, you just tested me. I know it's this way. Follow me, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you lean into her saying, oh yeah, it's this way, and you start following her, she gonna act different. It be little shit like that. You know what I mean? Y'all not following what I'm saying?
I don't know. Use
You know
another
what I'm saying,
example.
bro?
Use another
it's like,
example.
It's like, why are you questioning me? You know what I mean?
Use
You know
another
I'm
example.
right. Like,
You want to be in control, man.
or sometimes you will be like talking and you try to get her to take accountability. And sometimes women, they try to avoid accountability. So when you make her address her and take accountability, it's it be little shit like some niggas, they are avoidant of arguing with women because, I mean, not arguing, but telling the woman when she's wrong because they don't want her to get mad. But it's like, the fuck you worry about she get mad for? It's either you gonna speak the truth or you not.
Yeah.
But some niggas, they allow that shit and then women walk over them. You know what I'm saying? So if you just a certain type of way, you not gonna, even if she tries, you just let her go. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you think that like maybe it's the type of woman, it's the woman, not the like what you bring out of her? It's just like her. Like, do you think that you can ever get one person to do and be what you need them to be? Or is it just like they only have a certain, I think people only have a certain limit and capacity of what they can handle in certain situations. Or do you think that there's just more to that? It's just like what you are vibrating on. You know what I mean? What do you think? And then that's what they receive.
Wait, say it again? I'm
Like more of like, oh, it's because like, do you think that that is who they really are? Or, and it might be the same question again.
Oh, you saying like the woman, she's always this way. It doesn't matter what type of person you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, it just takes a certain type of person for her to do that.
I think that exists. I think that like how you say, right? You're naturally like you want to have a masculine side, but you also enjoy having a feminine side.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a certain type of person to put you on your feminine side.
Sure.
So I just think that exists within most women. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that women that are ultra masculine don't want to be feminine. I just think that most times they're dependent on the man to make them feel comfortable being feminine.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is rooted in, I mean, it's not like a problem, but it's just like sometimes men, it's not like, all right, so not every man is a masculine man. Like, we all need balance. So some men just not like that. You know what I'm saying? And some men are. So it's like, it's just like how some women, like, they want one man. Some women, you know what I'm saying, they want to have multiple people. It's just like, the world is abundant. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it. But a lot of people, they don't think in the world in that way, so they settle. And they compromise who they are for what they feel like they can get, or for what they feel like they deserve. And I feel like that's why a lot of people be like together, and then they, you know what I'm saying, it's like a whole bunch of social pressure. Yeah, they not comfortable being alone.
Yeah.
The biggest thing you could do is just be alone, and then once you alone and you know you good alone, you could like, you know you got the upper hand, because you could always go back to just not, you know what I'm saying, you could just go back to the field. It ain't, oh, she leave me, I ain't gonna have no bitches.
So how do you feel like that works if like, even if like a woman feels the same way? Like, how do you guys be able to come together to where like you guys can work through issues and it not be like a big conflict to where you guys be like, nah, I was good alone, so I might as well just dead the situation.
Maturity, and it's about what you want. Like, like you say, you want to get married, right? So your want and desire to get married, like marriage is like a higher type of connection. So ultimately, in order to reach a higher connection, you gotta go through turmoil. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like nowadays most people don't want to deal with that.
So then they don't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? That's like they go, the two going together. You can't have the marriage without having the turmoil and all the extra shit. Yeah. So if you don't want to get married, don't act like you want to get married, because that's what marriage is. You know what I'm saying?
So when do you know when to call it quits? When do you call it quits? Like, oh, this is not working out.
I don't know. It's hard, man. It's so individual, because it's like,
it's hard.
It's like, it don't even gotta be nothing to where it's like extra turmoil. That's like some movie shit. Most times life just be drifting. Like the same way your regular friendships end, life be like, relationships be ending like that. Like you could really fuck with a joint, but let's say you an artist and you got a job out of a whole nother city. Yeah. You know it's not gonna work long distance. Yeah. And you know you don't want to compromise your talent, your dream for this person. And this person wouldn't want you to, because that's gonna change you. So sometimes it just end. You know what I'm saying?
Without communication.
Yeah. What about you? What about y'all?
What? When I know
you
that
asked a question.
When do I know that it's over? Kind of the same way that I know a painting's done, you know, but kind of like that's the opposite feeling. Like what? Like, cause someone asks, like, when do you know a painting's done? I know a painting's done because it feels like there's this internal hug inside of me. It just this really warm internal hug, and I'm like, ooh, this is done. this is just this warm hug. And there's nothing more I can do to this painting to make this
Hey, yo, by the
done.
way, Vicky's a phenomenal painter, y'all.
I'm a great painter.
I gotta check out-
Follow me
check out some of
for
your work.
plans.
Phenomenal
We need some of your
painter.
work around here, for real.
FIGHTCLUB, plug me.
Yeah.
But when I know a relationship is done, is like when you've disrespected me so far to the point that like my subconscious can't even pretend that like this is okay. You know what I mean? Like, but like as an individual with a complex, you know, post-traumatic, you know, trauma type, when you come from like a child of like a broken home and like shit like that, like it's kind of hard to have healthy relationships. So it's like I'll gravitate towards the ones that obviously won't work out. But it always, friendships, relationships, it always ends for good when they've disrespected me to the point of no return. Like, I can't even, like, bring you home to my mom's because I've already complained to my mom's about you. She's excommunicated you forever. Like, she wouldn't, if I brought you back around and she would be like, this person? Like, really? Like, it wouldn't even, you wouldn't even be able to last, like she'd be like, no. You know what I'm saying? To that bad. Like, you know, if mom knows about you, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? The relationship is done.
You and your mom pretty close?
Oh yeah, that's my mom and my sister. Those are my rocks. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he cool.
Yeah.
We cool. That's it. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my dad have the same temperament, so it's kind of it's a little we both kind of like, we're both very assertive. We're both very assertive to the point that it's almost aggressive. You know, so you know, that's like, you know, we like, but we get each other, so we love each other, so it's good.
Are your parents together?
No.
Okay.
No. And that shit was hell. So, you know, like them splitting up. So I think that that's also why, you know, and then when they split up, that's when I started going towards more of like the street life, because I just had a lot more time on my hands. And I just remember when I first got introduced to just like street niggas, like somebody, like the person that introduced me to the hood niggas, she was trusted person in my life, and she introduced me to all these hood niggas in the neighborhood. And she was just kind of like, you know, you can always rely on these people. Like, even if you can't call the police on a situation, you can always call these guys on a situation. And that's how I've always seen it. Like, I'm like, okay, if I want to know something that's going on in the streets, I can't call 12. They're not gonna tell me nothing, but I know I could call like a dirt bike boy. You know what I'm saying? Or I could call a D-boy. They gonna let me know quicker than 12 gonna be able to let me know, because they have so much regulations going on. If somebody fucking with me, I can't necessarily always like call the police would take longer than if I called somebody like an OG or like, you know, a young boy. They'd be able to pull up in a heartbeat versus like the police. I've had the police take like 30, 40 minutes to pull up on me. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So you
Like,
you always wanted to feel like protected. Like
I always wanted
that's
to feel
big
protected.
to you.
Yeah, I love feeling protected, and to the point that like, you know, I just give that to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give that to myself. Like, I'm not gonna be just like a sitting duck. I'm not gonna be anybody's victim. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever been with somebody who couldn't protect you?
Wow, you had to really think about that?
That's a tricky question. That is a tricky question because
You feel like most of the people you've been with, like, you felt that feeling that they could?
I don't think that I would be with them if I didn't feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Maybe one guy from like early dating, you know what I'm saying, where I was just like, my first boyfriend when I was like in 9th grade. Yeah, big ass forehead, light skin. You know, real scrawny guy. He wasn't much of a fighter. He played the saxophone, you know, just real pretty eyes. I don't know why. Like, I was just testing the waters. But like, when I really came more into myself, more of my men became protectors. Like, I wanted a man that I knew that I could call if shit hits the fan, you know, and I knew that they would like be able to take care of a situation for me. But I would never need that because I would never call them to put them in danger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But if y'all were out and something happened, you would want to have trust in.
I could trust them if all else fails. I could trust that they would be able to take care of me, that they would be able to receive me, like if I were to fall like real bad. But like I'm a fighter myself. Like before I even learned how to fight, like I was a really good fighter on myself. So I wouldn't. I never really. I was always taught like not to rely on a man for anything, like money.
Who taught you that?
My mom.
Okay.
Yeah, even when she was married, she was like, you know, you need your own money, you need your own job, you need your own passions.
Respect.
You don't
Yeah.
rely on a man for like your livelihood, because if he decides to pull the rug from underneath you, that's your ass.
I feel like a lot of women, even women that like had like both parents and all that shit, like a dad that was like providing. I feel like all women in this day and age, that's like the goal. It's to like have a man, to have a man but not need a man.
Well, yeah, I do think that absolutely that is the goal. Like socialized, we are to think that way, but I also think that that's just like divine feminine. Like the divine feminine is to be taken care of, is to be received, but also she knows her power. Like, you know, if shit hits the fan, like she can stand 10 toes down and she could hold down her home. But like she just knows that mostly she wouldn't have to. Her man's gonna protect her. Her man's gonna take care of her and the family. She's not gonna need to want for anything. But if she did not have him, she has her own.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. The Muslim community, from what my understanding, is the women, their money is their money. The men still pay for the women, but their money is the women's money is their women's money to keep. And that's I really just feel like the divine feminine, because the divine masculine is naturally a provider, you know.
In this economy?
It should be.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure
No, I'm
about
not
that?
against
I don't
that,
think
but I feel you.
anymore.
I understand.
Maybe not anymore. You know what I mean?
Are
But,
y'all
like,
providers? Like, do y'all pay for
Do
everything?
you pay for the dates, Lil
we
Jon?
gotta be splitting
Why
it,
you
man.
pay for
we
the
can't
dog?
put him in the house.
Do you pay for the dates
date?
or do you go Dutch? I want to hear from your woman.
You splitting.
I want to hear from your woman. Don't even say nothing. Does he pay for the dates or does he go Dutch?
I would say it's about 50-50.
Oh,
I don't
no.
mind.
50-50. No, that's the way
Lil
it
Jon.
should be.
The thing is, he doesn't like when I do that, but I like to do that.
No,
Why
and I
do you do
respect
that?
that.
But
No.
why? If he doesn't want you to do it, why do you want to do it?
I mean, I guess.
You just want to treat your man. You want to take care of him.
Yeah.
When I
Hey,
like a
Lil
nigga, I
Jon.
trick on him. I
Make
ain't
sure
gonna hold you.
hold on.
I know
Lil Jon.
Keep her.
When I like a nigga, I trick on him.
For real.
I trick on my nigga. Like, I ain't gonna hold you.
No. That's
I'm calling slut right now. Which one?
No, because no, honestly, the reason why is because no, it's not like, okay, right? You know, people want to bring up
Be like
the whole
that. Y'all gonna make me call him.
nah.
Hey, what's that bar? Like, I love dealing with a rich.
I love dealing with a rich nigga because when he trick, I trick bigger or
Trick,
something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, Lady
Something
London.
like that. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, right? Okay, look, man.
Whores. That's what they are. I'm sorry.
A dude can handle that
Yeah,
probably
cut
in
that.
the first 3 months. When you're dealing with someone for like a long period of time, a man's not gonna be able to handle that forever unless he's making more than like, you know, 100K plus a year. Or something.
If you broke, yeah, you know what I'm
Just say
saying.
that.
I mean, it's not even just broke. It's
No, I
just
mean-
like, yo, like for real, it's like, all right, what's broke? 60K a year, 50K
No,
a
I don't know
year?
what broke it. I'm just
You know?
saying, like, if you dating a John and you know what I'm saying, you doing shit in the first 3 months that you can't maintain, you fucked up from the go.
Damn.
You
Yeah,
gotta start
that's
off
true.
slow.
It's gonna show.
Yeah, you gotta start off
Yeah.
slow and then like do some good shit every once in a while. She gotta earn the good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I mean, of
like-
course, like
hold on, wait a
birthdays.
minute.
You wake up in the
Wait a
morning,
minute, wait a minute,
she
wait a
do
minute.
that sloppy
Yeah.
dough. You like, you know what?
No.
I-
Chris tonight.
I-
No.
You said she gotta earn it.
I ain't earning nothing
Yeah.
right here. What the fuck is he talking about?
What?
If
You
you,
gotta earn
it. That's the
come
problem.
to me,
You gotta earn that shit.
Ow, if you come to me talking about I want your time and attention, nigga, you better pay for everything that comes with my time and attention. But then if I'm like, okay, I like you, and maybe if I call you and I'm like, oh, I want to see you, there's X, Y, and Z. then I might pay for something.
Okay, so if a man is working to get you, he needs to make sure he could like
100%.
provide everything to make sure he gets you.
100%. If you want my attention,
okay,
yeah.
so you're saying
Because I could just eat dinner by myself.
Okay,
like, I don't know you.
Listen.
I don't know you.
Wait,
You know
hold
what I
on.
mean?
Okay, my bad.
Right. So with that being said, right? So are you interested in that person
No.
while they're doing that?
I don't know them.
Okay, all
That's
right,
what
cool.
I'm saying.
All right, that's different.
I don't know you.
Okay, so if you're interested in that person,
if I'm interested,
would you act different?
It happens. It
All right,
naturally
all right,
happens.
all right,
It
cool.
brings
I
it
need
out
to-
of me.
all right, I
That's
need
what
to
I'm
set
saying.
that apart.
Even as a dom, a natrix that have motherfuckers butt naked on their knees, begging to serve me.
Okay.
If a man is doing what he needs to do, making me feel some type of way, I'm gonna find a way to serve him.
All right,
I'm gonna
all right,
find a way
I
to make
see.
his life easier.
All right,
and that is
cool.
that's the divine feminine coming out of me
Yeah.
because as the
Y'all
divine
hear that, y'all?
masculine, they make me feel safe. They make me feel secure. They make me feel like received. I'm provided for. I'm taken care of. But like, you know, that is something that they have to show me that they can do for me. And it's like, it's not really necessarily that easy. Like, you know, a lot of men, like, they used to playing games. They used to, you know, play in the field, like, and then like they think that like I'm gonna be able to like play along with them. That's not necessarily how this game gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I still have mad love for you, but like, you know, it's just not that's just not the compatibility that I'm looking for.
The energy ain't reciprocated.
Thus, I need to be alone for a little bit because that's not necessarily what I'm trying to have in my life, because eventually it's gonna start to deplete from me. And then also, like, as a dom, I will say this: certain behavior I cannot tolerate because it becomes off-brand to me as like a dom. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, this nigga's got me paying for the date for the both of us 3 times in a row. That no dom I know does that. You know what I'm saying? That takes away my status as a dom. I can't tolerate that. You know, and then you're not picking up my call when I go, no, it's shit like that. Like, nah, like I can't fly with that. You know what I'm saying? When I have men paying for me to ignore them and spit on them and disrespect them and shit like that. But the nigga that I like is trying to treat me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, okay, let me take a step back. Let me reevaluate. So I'm doing a lot of internal work right now because I do want a relationship that's going to last like 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I joke all the time like I want like divorce, like, you know what I'm saying? I want like 3 marriages, you know, 3 divorces, you know, and a yacht and all my ex-husbands and shit and the family.
That's
the
a wild fantasy.
What?
That's what I used to, that was my joke.
She want to be a soccer mom with 5 baby daddies.
But if niggas can have kids, I'd already have 3 kids by now. But
Wait, what does that even mean? Is
if
that because
niggas
of the
can
pegging?
have kids, oh my God, y'all gotta edit that spit out. If niggas can have kids, I'd have 3 babies by now. But because niggas can't have kids, I ain't have no babies.
You don't want no babies?
I'm not shooting no kid out just to get stressed out, disrespected. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really not doing none of that. Yeah, that's also what I'm talking about. Like, nigga, like, let's say we fall in love, we build a relationship, and you want me to harvest your child, like, in my body. I get fat with your child.
You sound like you have a lot of fear. Like,
well, maybe is that what it is?
you know a lot of women like that have invested into a man and then
every day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I see it every day, especially in our culture. We pregnant and angry. Like, what the fuck going on? But it's like we also have this like unconsciousness of like, oh, the only way that I can keep him is if I have his baby. The only way that I can keep him is if I give him pussy.
So women think like that, like on a like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
Go
us
ahead,
something,
y'all. Let me hear what you got to say.
Period.
No, this new generation is having kids to have money. It's not to keep a man. It's to have money.
So
That's
what you
another
like
motive.
Child support, all
That's
of
another
that.
motive.
So,
Yeah.
so y'all have, of course, y'all have like women friends and shit, right? So
Yeah.
so this like they tell y'all this, like they be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm trying to.
I've been
get
told
it.
that. Yeah.
And what do y'all say when they say that?
Don't do it. The fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
I
Don't
wouldn't
do it.
associate myself with somebody like that.
Yeah.
Because you're risking your life at the end of the day having a child.
Yeah.
So have any of your friends ever did that to a man? Like got with him and had his baby just to get his money?
Yeah.
Y'all still cool?
No.
Because of that or something else?
It's something else, but at the end of the day, I still don't fuck with it.
That's just the kind of person that they are that shines through. Like the
in
kind of
other
person they are.
situations.
Yeah, like, you know, like it comes through in a different way why that relationship can't work out. But I've definitely had friends that were like, oh, this is a millionaire. I'm gonna let him like nut at me and like I'm gonna get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? They've been pregnant by rich men before. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get like food stamps back when I had the hookup, but you know I was making too much money. She's our nigga. They kicked me off the food stamps, but you know what I'm saying?
They gonna do that in a heartbeat.
I was trying to get my shit back, but like I was talking to this woman. And she was saying like how a woman told her like, oh, if you want to get money, just like have somebody's baby and like, you know, all these government programs will take care of you. If taxes, I'm trying to do my fucking taxes. If I had a kid,
She's
my
not
tax
lying
return
though,
would
but
be
yeah,
crazy.
that is pretty sick.
Shit like that.
I mean, you get 5 bands for each kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, my uncle was just telling me this
Yeah.
recently how they have a program out here in Bmore where they can like pay for Section 8 housing and get you
Oh,
in the
yeah,
house that you
yeah,
want
oh,
to and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah,
pay
but
for
a
your
man
bills and
can't
all
be
that.
there. That's
Yeah,
in the rule. Like
exactly.
Like literally, like
Yeah.
a man can't be. You can't have 2 sources of income.
Yeah, exactly.
So and when you working, if you want to get Section 8, you can't make above a certain amount.
Yeah, exactly.
So I remember I had this. We young guy.
Nah.
I knew somebody who was in Section 8 and they turned down a job because they didn't want the money because they gonna cut the Section 8.
That's what
But
I'm
it makes
saying.
sense though, cause it's like you gonna have to work versus like you know what I'm
Not
saying?
having to work
That's
still.
that systematic
Exactly.
oppression, just like
Yeah.
cycling through.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's that shit. That's like kind of like another form of samsara. Samsara is just like that cycle of suffering that you know Buddhists talk about with that like that form of like attachments and like avoidance. They're avoiding a higher paying opportunity because they're attached to the comfort living that is normalizing their laziness, you know, that is just like enforcing their laziness. And then, you know, it's just like our people, like we came a long way, and everyone thinks that just because we can commingle amongst whites that we're free, and we're not. You know what I'm saying? We're really not free, and we got a lot of work to do. So I wanted to do mass media with my degrees, but also I feel like sexology is something that I always really wanted to explore, and I want to get my certificates in, not just with BDSM, but like the fact that like sexology is a huge part of your personality. But if at a young age you have been violated and tampered with, especially with the statistics for African American males and females at a young age, we are constantly getting exploited earlier. That means that we become hypersexual. That makes us behave differently. That's why we're having children at a younger age. We're not necessarily operating, and then we pass that trauma on to our children, and then so on and so forth. And people are grandmas at the age of 35, shit like that, you know. And it's just like it's a lot going on, but I'm not weak nor weary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm willing to die for this shit. Like I just gotta figure out an angle that that gets us to a place of liberation on a level that we have not yet reached.
Right.
You know, we reach different milestones and we think, oh, we made it. Oh, this is life. This is as good as it's gonna get, and we give up and we stop. You know what I'm saying? And we're living in a war zone for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I know as a woman I can't pump gas in the middle of the night, not because I'm afraid of a white man shooting me up, because my own people, you know what I'm saying, are gonna shoot me up. Like, if you approach me in the middle of the night, I'm gonna be on guard. Like, anytime I pass anybody, I'm ready to fight the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could get kidnapped, my pussy stole, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything can really happen to me, especially as a young black woman. And teenagers don't have no real fucking motive. They just they're like, oh, this is the culture. This is what I gotta do. You feel what I'm saying? Versus like maybe at least like a 25-plus-year-old got motive. They're like, oh, this is a competitive drug fucking gang and we gotta knock them off, or this nigga did this to my brother over here, we gotta knock them off, or maybe OGs like, you know, like they play chess, you know what I'm saying, not checkers. Motherfuckers, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, you know what I'm saying, young teenagers, they just happy to have a gun and a ski mask and, you know, think that they doing something. So, you know, our people, it all comes back to love. Like, I just remember when I first lost my person, like, what is the purpose of life? It's to love and acquire knowledge. Everyone acts like it's this big mystery. The purpose of life is to love and acquire knowledge. Flat out. So, and it's just like, what are you gonna do with that knowledge? What are you gonna do with that love? You know what I mean? And it's just like, you can love someone, let them go. You know, forgiveness requires you to sit with your feelings and understand what happened and then forgive that situation. You don't even have to talk to the person or the parties involved. Reconciliation is when you're trying to forgive the situation with the other party and then, you know, move forward. So there's a difference. You can forgive in a room alone without even talking to somebody else. That's a form of love, I feel like. And that's also psychology. There's scientific evidence about that. That's why I love psychology. It's just, I'm trying to find the science of God with psychology. Like, that's just really what I'm going after. And that's what I'm talking about, the big umbrella of it all. So, you know, that's why I think God has kept me alive, because he could have killed me a long time ago. But you know what I'm saying? I think that I'm still alive for like a specific reason. Despite all the wild shit I get into, I do have a to-do list that I check off. Yeah. I serve my community 11 days out of the week. And, you know, really 12 days out of the week, because it's like, you know, I do what I do, and then I service I mentor the boxing community over here, and I go to my other boxing community over there, and then, like, you know, I'm just trying to help out, but it is what it is. So that's where we're at. But thank you guys for having me. This has been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and round this up, man. Hey, Vicky. This ain't your last time on this pod, man.
Bring me back.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get you and Olivia to do a show together.
Nah,
Who's
yeah.
Olivia?
You gonna meet her?
Yeah.
Is she a white woman that does photography?
No.
Olivia,
come
on, man.
Y'all have similar type personalities.
Okay.
I feel like y'all do a good type.
Interesting.
I'm gonna send you. We did an episode with her. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll show you.
Yeah, let me know.
It's part done. Yeah,
it's
all
all chop
good.
and screwed.
But you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo.
Do what y'all need to.
Yeah.
Let's round this up, man.
All right, wait.
Do you want to do another question, or are you done?
Do you want to do another question? Where we at on time?
So maybe we got 2 hours.
It's done. It's done.
We've been done for 2 hours.
Shout out to
2 hours,
Vicky. Andre Wisdom checking out.
Go ahead and check out Vicky.
Bye.
Vicky.
Okay, well, this is Vicky with 1v1.
There you go.
And it's always a pleasure to talk to my black men.
And this ain't the last time, y'all.
And this won't be the last. So, you know, just
You
check
said,
in.
wait, this is gonna be the last?
No, this won't be the
Yeah,
last.
it won't
So,
be.
you
It
know,
won't
you
be
guys
the last.
check in with a real one. You know where to
What's
find
up?
me. I stay on 23rd
No,
Street.
we definitely gonna need your.
You know?
We're gonna need your energy for
I ain't
sure.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Love
is
you guys.
John No One, y'all.
1v1.
Talk to you later.
1v1. And
All
we
right,
out, y'all.
All right, first.
Life second, y'all.
John No.
Peace.
Is the mic on? Oh, yeah. All right. Bet. Yeah. Hey, peace to Ja people. Please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Art first, life second.